think really what started off was that perfect chocolate chip cookie. And then after that, we realized, you know what will make us different, better and special and unique is really just coming up with these new recipes and making sure that we have these new recipes. And so back in the day, I mean, we just weren't like, we were serious about the business, but we were just having fun, right? And so we used to be open up till 2 o'clock in the morning, and we noticed that sales were a little slow between midnight and 2 in the morning. And so we're like, what are we going to do to like increase sales? And so we were like, let's just create a cookie, and it's only available between midnight and 2 a.m. And we called it the Midnight Mint. And it was one of our first kind of specialty cookies was this Midnight Mint. And we were only available at this time. And so that kind of just started our creativity and our fun. And so we started coming up with new cookies, new flavors, and really started building kind of our recipe book of recipes. And we kept trying to add cookies, but over time, as you started adding more cookies, logistically it started becoming really, really hard. You can't have like dozens or hundreds of cookies all available at the same time. And so that kind of started off kind of our ability to kind of come up with new recipes and really kind of go through that fun experience. Separate aside from that, we had a lot of family members who at the very beginning were like, I don't know if this is going to work. I mean, people can just bake cookies at home. No one's going to want to come to the store and buy cookies. I had one family member tell me, I hate to tell you, Jason, this is going to be the one business that finally fails for you. And so we had all these family members. And then when they saw the success of it, they really wanted to like, oh, we want to be a part of this. And so that's kind of how the franchise concept came abroad. It wasn't this huge master plan to like conquer America and become the nation's number one cookie, business. It was really just like, hey, let's get some friends and some family involved who really have seen the success and want to have it. And so when we opened up our first franchise location, which was in Bountiful, Utah, we had this kind of several cookies at the time. I think we were serving like 9 or 10 cookies or something. And it was just so much operationally. And when we opened it, just the floodgates came in, people came in, we started running out of cookies. And it really kind of bore this like need to be like, okay, we need to rethink this whole model and like what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish. And we sat down from that moment after that really, really hard week. I mean, there were tears from us and our franchise partners, and we're like, how are we going to do this? And we really sat there and we thought about like, hey, what can we do? And that's really when the rotation and the menu was born, was saying, okay, well, let's rotate them out every single week. And we kind of rotated out different dailies and stuff before, but this was really the formation of our business model of rotating the cookies out. And that's kind of how it started. The rotating menu is from that need. And as we did that, then all of a sudden, just the experience, and we're like, well, when do we drop it? We need to drop it consistently. And, there used to be television back in the day where they would launch something and everyone would watch it together. It'd be so fun. But now with DVR and these things, people can't do that anymore. But what if we could bring that back and have that experience of, launching at the same time and everyone comes? So then we started saying, okay, we're going to launch it at 6 p.m. on Sunday when no one can get cookies, so they can just enjoy the hype and the experience and be talking about it and kind of drop the flavors. And so we dropped the flavors with just, simple videos and that kind of thing. And that kind of just bore this experience. And so as we started growing more stores and kept dropping those Sunday videos, it started becoming such a problem that all the social media platforms started thinking it was spam because it was viral so quickly. So like all of a sudden, like, it would shut it down. We'd get comments like, this is in violation. And so we had to reach out to them and explain to them what we were doing, because there were so many comments and so many excitement around that time that it just literally broke social media sites. So like Instagram, Facebook, at the time, those were kind of the major platforms at the time. But yeah, and so it just really created this experience and this fun thing. And as we've done that, and as we've kind of grown to go throughout different states, and it just kind of has grown this experience, and that's kind of what's led to kind of our million cookies a day. So it wasn't this big, huge grandmaster plan. It was just like coming up with amazing cookies, focusing on quality, focusing on the best ingredients that we have. Like one thing you'll notice, you go into our stores, and about the experience of the stores is you go in, and just like we've been thinking about the cookies, we've been thinking about the experience. Like, what does it smell like when you come to the stores? A lot of the competitors, they'll go make their dough in some factory and they'll like ship it into the stores and like in frozen hockey pucks or whatever, and they'll put them into the oven. They'll still be baked, but it wasn't like freshly made. And we've learned from our experience that even though that's really hard and a lot of time and energy and training 30,000 bakers how to bake, having that fresh experience watching someone crack the eggs, watching flour spilt a little bit on the floor that we need to clean up, like just that raw, messy experience and just seeing it real is just such a great experience when people come into the stores. So they have a combination of that great experience with the best cookies in the world. And it's really created this kind of dynamic on social media and all these platforms to just be really, really excited about everything that's happening new every week.